Miranda could just record now.
Don't slam the table.
Why don't you fill the box with
I
something?
know, yeah.
Let me see. You're testing.
Control the room, everybody. Okay, try not to knock on the table too much.
Don't get like
I can't make that
don't Hulk
promise.
smash.
Well, you're sitting close. Sit close so you can adjust if need be.
What should be there?
The Q&A mic. Because that's going to get... You see where you're just standing? When you move that mic... Yeah, there. Thank you. You happy with the turnout? Everything's good? Yeah. Okay. All right, everyone's drinking.
It's a good turnout, actually.
Everyone buy drinks.
Are we hot? Are we good?
I'm going to turn it up in a second. Oh, you turn the music off? All right. I guess we should start.
Yeah.
Okay. There's the music. Let's fucking do this. Hope you guys got this shit.
Way to say? Go big.
Everyone.
All right. Let me make sure we're recording.
Let's not have another Venom situation.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. Please don't.
Sorry.
We were missing most of it. This is an actual MCU.
Hi, everyone. I'm John.
I'm Miles.
And I'm Andrew.
And we're just three kids from Brooklyn.
And this is the Marvel Movie Marathon Live.
Woo! What's your music, bro?
There we go. Off to a normal start.
What's up, Marvel Marks? We are back. I am so goddamn ready and full up of quantum energy and ready to blow through this fucking ceiling. Let's get this show started.
Language.
He's been locked in the Sanctum Sanctorum, and only we have the keys to unlock his knowledge. Give it up for the Dr. Miles Good, everybody.
Everybody. Can everybody? Okay, that's good.
No, if we start standing, it's going to be a problem.
No, I'm not gonna stand. I'm just scooching.
He's big, he's back. You better go green or go home, because if you wouldn't like him when he's angry, give it up for Andrew Indarn.
Where's the pyro? No pyro? I thought you were being introduced in a wrestling match.
And I am your captain for this evening, your fearless leader, John Salazar.
Salad
Too far south.
Too far salad bar.
We needed a special guest for this show in particular. And you look to your buddies, you look to your friends, you look to Yaga. She's our biggest fan and a cat expert. Give it up for Kayla Slay. Perfect. I didn't buy pop toys, so that really helps us out. Sweet.
I actually have a Captain Marvel pop toy.
Why didn't you bring it?
It's
Okay.
really small.
So we just watched Captain Marvel. We're recording here at the Other Place Bar and Restaurant on Metropolitan Avenue in Forest Hills. Give it up. Let everyone know you're here. Thank you, Brian. Thank you for giving us some space. They actually had a pipe burst, and they almost didn't let us record here, but thankfully, you
Yeah,
gave us a
we've
spot.
been on an adventure the past couple days, actually trying to make sure this show happens. It's moved locations a couple times.
But they still have their drinks.
Yeah,
And we
Yes.
sound better when you're drunk, so
Yeah.
drink up.
we sound better when I'm drunk.
That's true.
Kayla, what's up?
Hey,
Hey,
hello.
this is your first time being a guest on the show. We should have probably had you on a house show, but fuck it, we're doing it live, trial by fire. Yeah, her mic's on. Talking to the mic.
Speaking to the mic, Kayla.
Sorry. Hi. Hello.
I don't think it's on.
now?
Oh.
Doesn't seem
All
to
right.
be.
Bye.
Oh, can you? No. Andrew, flip the switch.
Is it?
There we go.
I liked it better when it was off.
We are
It was
professionals.
literally that simple.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. Captain Marvel is produced by Marvel Studios and their president Kevin Feige, distributed by Walt Disney Motion Pictures, and it is a 21st film in the MCU. This film was written and directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. So this movie was announced back in October 2014. Marvel had like this big keynote special where they announced Phase 3. And this movie was announced along with the likes of Doctor Strange, Black
Yeah.
Panther.
That long ago.
Yeah, it was that long ago.
I have an addition to that actually, but it was this movie was announced then, But Carol Danvers was actually supposed to be in the MCU on the original incarnation of Jessica Jones. Trish ended up taking that space. So once they announced Captain Marvel, they were like, all right, well, we can still have it. And they were like, it's Carol Danvers. And they were like, we got to change the character.
Wait, she was supposed to be Trish?
She was supposed to be Hellcat on Jessica Jones was supposed to be taken up by...
Brie Larson you're talking about.
No, not Brie Larson. I'm talking about Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers.
The character.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Hellcat.
Yeah, but
I don't understand. I really don't.
I'm saying Hellcat fills the role in which Captain Marvel would have been on the show.
The supporting character.
Captain Marvel was going to be Jessica Jones' best friend instead of Trish.
But they had bigger plans for her.
So clearly.
Yeah, they announced this movie back with before Age of Ultron came out, and they're like 2019. I'm like, that's not a real year. Like, I'll be dead by then. And here we are living in this fucking shit.
Do you know I get nervous every day? Like that I'm gonna go before Endgame comes out.
I know, right?
I get so scared. Every time I feel that the heart flutter or something, I go, oh, this is it.
Every time someone cuts me off on the fucking highway, like, oh god, no Endgame.
No,
Sometimes
we're in the Endgame now.
Sometimes the only thing keeping me going is like, all right, well, episode 9's in like a year and a half, so
I feel like that's a sick mentality to have. Because literally, when I'm about to die, I'm not thinking about, oh man, I was about to get married. Oh man, I got a fiance. I'm thinking of, man, I'm not gonna see what happens in Endgame. That's the God's honest truth.
I really hope there are movie theaters in heaven. Let me ask my cousin Renzo, are there movie theaters in heaven?
It's possible.
It's possible. Everything's possible.
What's the question?
What a diplomatic answer.
Are there movie theaters in heaven?
Oh man.
I want to be able to see these. All right. No, we'll be alive.
You can probably watch them
If something,
in my
John,
sleep.
if something happens to me, you better get Feige to show me. Feige.
Oh right, yeah. Feige just shows up like a Make-A-Wish kid.
Putting it out in the universe.
Dude, there's people that are like sick people that get to see these movies. And it's just like,
in heaven, you'd get a Stan Lee cameo. He'd actually show up.
I bet you I could convince John to like pretend to be a Make-A-Wish kid. if they told us Endgame was like further away, I bet I could convince you to do it.
yeah. I mean, dude, there's people that get to see Endgame like 2 days before we will get to, and that's not fair.
Yeah, England gets to see it before us.
People that work at movie theaters get
John.
to see it like a day before.
Boo, England!
John, let's take Marvel Movie Marathon abroad.
To the UK.
Yeah.
Let's go to London.
We'll beat the 7 line there.
Oh my god. So yeah, so this is sort of the end of Phase 3. We're gonna get Part 2. Part 2 was announced back when Captain Marvel was announced, and we're gonna get into why this character is so special and why this character's story need to be told on the big screen. So with that, we're
Because
gonna go.
Wonder Woman was so successful.
We're gonna go to comic book history.
They announced it before Wonder Woman.
I know, but Wonder Woman was big. So high.
Feel the public domain.
So the character Captain Marvel. Miles, do you want to give us the rundown?
Captain Marvel, the character itself, started out as Marvel, who was in the movie in a different incarnation than
It's a lady.
And a different
she is in the comics. Because he's in the comics, it's just like a dude, like a superhero dude. He's just a Kree, and he's kind of boring, actually, even though he's one of Marvel's oldest characters since 1967. There were a bunch of 67s in the movies. Carol Danvers.
Use your words.
Danvers, however, I'm not even through my first drink. She first appeared in the 60s. She was an officer in the United States Air Force. It was actually a big deal that she was an officer in the 60s in the Air Force, and she was flying. She got an explosion that fused her DNA with
It's a lot like
Marvel.
Green
It's actually really similar to the Inhumans. Like, too bad Marvel killed the Inhumans.
Dude, the Inhumans was announced along with Captain Marvel, and it's just like what happened to that? Like,
I didn't watch the Inhumans.
I didn't watch it.
The best Inhuman show is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the best everything Marvel has.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Coulson's been, we've had Coulson's for years on Agents
What
of
do you mean?
S.H.I.E.L.D.
We just saw Coulson
know.
for the first time. since
Yeah,
Avengers.
for the first time since Avengers.
For the
except
first
if
time
you watch
again.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he never left.
It's
Yeah.
on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
We had Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already had Kree.
You told me
Kree's been kicking
the
around
the
in
Young
Agents of
Avengers are in there, Patriot and shit. That's
Oh
crazy.
yeah,
That blows my mind.
yeah. Patriots in there.
So, I mean, Captain Marvel, this is recent where she got the title of Captain Marvel. She's been Miss Marvel for
Since the
decades.
'60s, and she wore a bathing suit with a lightning bolt on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was actually, it's kind of a big deal she hasn't been in it yet because she's been around since the '60s. Like she was a big part in the Civil War in the comics. So it's weird that like she didn't pop up.
Thanos does something to her in Infinity War, right? Like kills her in a funny way. Not a funny way.
Probably.
Something happens with her. I remember her being one of them that gets an interesting death. I can't remember though.
Like Hulk.
Yeah.
There's you know, it's so funny because DC has their own Captain Marvel, and they had to change the name because of legal reasons. And Shazam's actually coming out
Sucks.
like next month, and
That
that
looks
looks like
good.
a good time. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it, but I don't know. I feel like hardcore DC fans are just gonna shit all over it.
I got it. I'm
No.
excited for Shazam.
Yeah, I wanna
it's
watch
gonna
that.
be good.
Yeah.
I think.
So
I'm not going in with expectations anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just gonna think it's gonna suck, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. It's just the way it is. If I go in thinking something's gonna be good, it just never lives up.
Right.
Ever.
Except for Endgame.
Except for Endgame. Endgame will be the greatest movie ever told.
Yeah.
Will it?
Oh yes.
So we're gonna hop into spoiler time so we can talk about the plot. Give me 1 second. There we go. Where the hell is it? Oh, come on.
Production.
Wow. Unbelievable. Whatever.
That's it.
That's so weird. I had 90s.
John, we need to hire someone to do this.
Yeah, sorry, hold on.
No.
I'm trying to be host,
What the
producer.
fuck? Alright, whatever.
Spoiler time.
We're in spoiler time. Sorry, guys. Didn't Bill, was Bill here, right? Didn't you invent Spoiler Town?
Yeah, I did.
Thank you.
I stole it from another group.
Oh, you did? Oh, what the fuck?